He served as military attaché in the Argentine embassy in Chile from 1936 to 1938. Juan was sent away in 1904 to a boarding school in Buenos Aires directed by his grandmother, where he received a strict Catholic upbringing. In 1938, he was sent on a diplomatic mission to Europe. During this time, he began to admire the Italian fascist model of government. His great-grandfather became a successful shoe merchant in Buenos Aires, and his grandfather was a respected physician, but his death in 1889 left his widow nearly destitute. He entered the National Military College in 1911, aged 16, and graduated in 1913. He excelled in athletics, especially boxing and fencing. His first wife, Aurelia Gabriela de Perón, was diagnosed with uterine cancer in 1938, and died on September 10, the same year, aged 36. They didn't have any children. Perón was recruited by supporters of General José Félix Uriburu, to assist in his plans for a military coup against President Hipólito Yrigoyen. Perón, who supported General Agustín Justo, was banished to a remote post in northwestern Argentina after Uriburu's successful coup in September 1930. In his first 2 years in office, Perón nationalized the central bank and paid off its billion-dollar debt to the Bank of England, nationalized the railways, universities, public utilities, public transport, and created a single purchaser for Argentina's mostly export-oriented grains and oilseeds, the Institute for the Promotion of Trade. Perón first articulated his foreign policy, the Third Way, in 1949. This policy was developed to avoid the binary Cold War divisions and keep other world powers as allies rather than enemies. He restored diplomatic relations with the Soviet Union, which were cut after the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, and opened grain sales to the Soviets, following President Ramirez's January 1944 suspension of diplomatic relations with the Axis powers. This new junta unseated him in favor of General Adelmiro Farrell. For contributing to his success, Perón was appointed Vice President and Secretary of War, while retaining his labor portfolio. As Minister of Labor, Perón established the INPS, settled industrial disputes in favor of labor unions, and introduced a wide range of social welfare benefits for unionized workers. When Perón became President of Argentina on June 4, 1946, his two intended goals were social justice and economic independence. These two goals avoided the usual Cold War entanglements from choosing between capitalism and socialism, but he had no concrete means to achieve those goals. Perón instructed his economic advisors to develop a 5-year plan with the goals of increasing workers' pay, achieving full employment, stimulating industrial growth of over 40% while diversifying the sector, and greatly improving transportation, communication, energy and social infrastructure.